What could make Jin so emotional in front of thousands of fans? And why did Jungkook immediately rush to comfort him without saying a single word? In just a few unforgettable seconds, the entire atmosphere changed. ARMY watched in silence as one heartfelt gesture between the two members spoke louder than any speech ever could. Was this simply a touching friendship, or was there a deeper story behind Jin's emotional moment? Stay until the end, because this unforgettable scene has fans around the world talking, and the truth behind Jungkook's reaction might be even more emotional than you expected. One of the most unforgettable moments between Jungkook and Jin wasn't created by a performance, a speech, or a carefully planned stage event. It happened in complete silence. A moment so simple that many people almost missed it, yet so powerful that millions of fans are still talking about it today. As the members stood together in front of thousands of cheering ARMY, everything seemed normal at first. The crowd was celebrating, lights filled the arena, and smiles were everywhere. But suddenly, Jin appeared overwhelmed with emotion. He lowered his head, covered his face with both hands, and for a brief moment, it felt as though the entire stadium stopped breathing. No one knew exactly what was going through his mind. Was he remembering the long journey BTS had shared together? Was he feeling the weight of finally standing on that stage again? Or was it simply one of those rare moments when emotions become impossible to hide? Before anyone else could react, Jungkook quietly noticed. Without making a scene, without saying a word, he reached out and gently touched Jin. It wasn't dramatic. It wasn't rehearsed. It was a small gesture that instantly spoke louder than thousands of words ever could. Jin didn't immediately look up. Instead, he remained still, trying to collect himself while Jungkook stayed right beside him. That single act of comfort quickly became one of the most talked about moments among fans because it perfectly reflected the bond they have built over so many years. ARMY immediately began sharing the clip across social media. Some fans described it as the purest example of genuine friendship. Others said it showed the quiet understanding that exists between people who have spent years growing, struggling, and succeeding together. Many admitted they couldn't watch the moment without becoming emotional themselves. What made the scene even more touching was Jungkook's expression. There was no attempt to draw attention to himself. No exaggerated reaction. Just sincere concern for someone he deeply cares about. Sometimes the strongest support doesn't come from words. Sometimes it's simply being there exactly when someone needs you the most. For longtime fans, this wasn't surprising. Over the years, BTS has shown countless examples of standing beside one another during difficult and emotional moments. Whether during concerts, award shows, or behind-the-scenes footage, they've repeatedly demonstrated that their connection goes far beyond performing on the same stage. Yet this moment felt different. Perhaps it was because everything happened naturally. Nothing appeared planned. The cameras simply captured an honest interaction between two people who have shared an extraordinary journey together. As more clips from different angles surfaced online, fans noticed tiny details they hadn't seen before. Jungkook never seemed to take his attention away from Jin. Even while the audience continued cheering, his focus remained on making sure Jin was okay. That quiet concern touched millions of hearts. It reminded fans that behind the global success, sold-out stadiums, and record-breaking achievements are 7 individuals who continue to rely on one another like family. And maybe that's the real reason this moment became unforgettable. Not because someone cried, not because someone offered comfort, but because, in only a few silent seconds, the world witnessed the kind of trust and friendship that cannot be rehearsed or scripted. Even today, fans continue debating what made Jin so emotional during that unforgettable moment. While only Jin truly knows what he was feeling, one thing remains undeniable. When the emotions became too heavy to hide, Jungkook was already there beside him. And perhaps that single gesture is what made this moment one that ARMY will never forget. As the applause echoed through the stadium, nobody expected the next few seconds to become one of the most unforgettable moments between Jungkook and Jin. The concert was filled with excitement, laughter, and celebration, but then something suddenly changed. Jin lowered his head, covering his face, as emotions appeared to overwhelm him. The crowd continued cheering, yet many fans immediately sensed that this was no ordinary moment. Before anyone around him reacted, Jungkook noticed. He didn't hesitate. Instead of looking toward the audience or acknowledging the cameras, his attention was completely focused on Jin. With a calm and gentle gesture, he reached out to comfort him. It was such a small action that it could have easily gone unnoticed, yet it instantly became the emotional highlight of the night. The stadium remained loud, but for many watching, everything else faded into the background. Fans around the world began asking the same question. What made Jin so emotional? Was he thinking about BTS's incredible journey? Was he reflecting on the years of sacrifice, the unforgettable memories, or the overwhelming love from armies standing before him? While only Jin knows what was truly in his heart, the emotions on his face spoke louder than any explanation ever could. Jungkook never tried to interrupt the moment. He simply stayed close. Sometimes the strongest form of support doesn't come through speeches or dramatic gestures. Sometimes it comes from quietly letting someone know they are not alone. That silent reassurance became more powerful than anything said on stage that night. As videos from different angles spread across social media, fans noticed details they had missed during the live performance. Jungkook kept glancing toward Jin, making sure he was okay, even while thousands of fans continued cheering around them. Those tiny moments painted a picture that cameras rarely capture. It wasn't about performing. It wasn't about entertaining. It was about genuine care. Many longtime ARMY said this scene reminded them why BTS has always felt different. Their connection has never been built only through music. It has been built through years of trusting one another during moments of pressure, uncertainty, success, and personal challenges. That history cannot be created overnight, and perhaps that's why even the smallest interaction between them carries so much meaning. As Jin slowly regained his composure, the atmosphere inside the stadium shifted once again. The cheers grew even louder, almost as if fans wanted to remind him that he would never have to face those emotional moments by himself. It became more than a concert. It became a memory shared between BTS and millions of people watching around the world. Yet one question still remains unanswered. What exactly was going through Jin's mind during those emotional seconds? Some believe it was gratitude. Others think it was the overwhelming realization of everything BTS has accomplished together after years of challenges and unforgettable milestones. And perhaps that's what makes this moment so unforgettable. There was never a public explanation that could fully describe what Jin was feeling. Instead, fans were left with something even more meaningful, a real, unscripted moment that reminded everyone how deeply the members care for one another. Long after the concert ended, people continued replaying that clip. Not because it featured a spectacular performance or a record-breaking achievement, but because it revealed something far more personal. In only a few silent seconds, Jungkook showed the kind of loyalty that cannot be rehearsed, and Jin allowed the world to witness a rare glimpse of genuine vulnerability. Years from now, fans may not remember every song performed that night or every word spoken from the stage. But many will remember that one quiet moment when Jungkook instinctively stood beside Jin. And perhaps the most emotional part of the entire story is that we may never know what Jungkook whispered, what Jin was truly feeling, or what passed between them in those silent seconds. Some moments don't need an explanation. They simply become unforgettable,